up here on the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, really again.
Still raining, but this is good. We can't go for a ride today because, well, we can, but we're a bit soft.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about a couple of little, the kids' bikes, junior motocross and the fun bikes. First up, we're going to have a look at this KLX 140L.
Yeah.
L being the large wheel. This comes in two versions. It comes in a KLX 140 and the 140L. Basically, it's a step between the kids as they grow.
Yeah.
A lot of the bikes you go from a 1.2, like a small bike, up to a 250. So they've got these guys in between for your pre-teens, your teenagers, and so on. Absolutely bulletproof motorcycles.
Yep.
We sell a truckload of these guys, especially coming up to Christmas and Easter time and so on. And we never see them back.
Yeah.
They just keep riding them, keep riding them. We'll see them in 10 years' time when three of the kids have had them and they're worn out tyres and the fork seals are leaking, but they're still going. So a really good product from Kawasaki. They don't change this model much at all over the years. Change a few plastics and so on. This one's sort of inspired by the KX motocross motorcycles. Some of the things that they've ran on those, they sort of bring them back through to this, just to make them look a bit cooler.
Yeah.
The beauty about these guys, they're a keyless electric start. There's no keys, the kids won't lose the keys. They have a button. Well, this one's not PD'd up, but there's a kill switch there. Once you flick it on, a little red light comes on. Press that button, she's firing up. Some people say, oh, they don't have a Kickstarter as a backup. I don't need it. You know, the only time when something like that's going to happen is if the kids leave the little switch on. Next week they come out and the battery's gone flat because just push start it, bang, she's off, it'll charge back.
That's how they learn.
Oh, your battery's flat, son, you can't ride. Oh, here we go. So I've got that there. These guys, I think they've got about 33mm forks on them. They've got pedal disc brakes on the front with a dual piston caliper on there, so plenty of braking power for such a small bike. Standard conventional forks, which is all these guys need. Got handlebars. The choke's up here, really easy to access. A lot of bikes have a choke in there and you can't get into the carby. These guys, they put it up there. Mate, the kids want to have some fun. Get up in the morning, bang, fire away on that. So it's electric start, no issues with it. 5-way preload adjustable rear suspension on this guy via the clicker there. It's I won't get too details on it, but it's a 144cc air-cooled motor, lower compression than your motocross bikes, which means less wear and tear on the bike. You can ride these all day long, stick them in the shed, bring them out. We have a service schedule for these, but kids never follow it. They don't know what they're doing with it half the time, but the bikes, they just keep going. It's got an aluminium rear swing arm on there, based off the bigger bikes, with that brush sort of finish on that. That chain's a bit rusty, but we'll sort that out. Then now your big wheel has your 16-inch rear and your 19-inch front tyre. And beefier suspension. Your small wheel, or just the KLX 140, has a 14-inch rear and a 17-inch front. So the bike sits a bit lower. There's a couple of other minor things with that, but basically that's the main difference with it. So the bike sits a bit lower, probably about there, probably only about a couple inches, if that really. And it's just for the shorter riders with that there. So that's really about it with this guy. It's got tubular steel frame based off the old KXs in there. Most of the motocross stuff's all alloy frame in that now. They're still running this because that's all you need, mate. Mum and Dad can get on them, have a look around the farm as well. The kids can have a ball on these guys. So disc brakes on them, front and rear, air-cooled motor, electric start, go forever. Inspired, two-piece plastics, all the gear there. So, mate, and they're better fun than an Xbox, better fun than a Chinese copy. These ones will keep going, and you can sell them a few years down the track, and It doesn't cost you much at all to have these guys. So
Yep.
come up and grab one of these. Hey, look, if you want to be the next motocrosser around there, you might learn to ride on this.
Yep.
But soon you'll go over to the KX85.
Yep.
And your KX85, oh, it's an 85, that's a 140. This
Yep.
looks bigger. This is a motocross bike, designed for jumping, designed for racing, designed for being up the front of the pack.
Yep.
This is a new version, like 2016, 2017, they brought out the new version. It's got a single ring piston in it, only one ring in there, basically less friction on it, lets it rev better and so on. Upside down forks with an alumilite coating on there. Oh no, these don't have the alumilite, sorry, you got it felt slippery. Upside down forks, twin piston front petal brakes.
Yep.
Now this is a kickstart. It's a motocross bike. You don't want the weight of an electric start and a battery and all that in it.
Yep.
It's just a kickstart in there. Read intake. This comes in a small wheel and a big wheel as well. For your different riders coming from your 65s to your 85. Sometimes the big wheel 85 is a bit too much of a jump. So they run a small wheel version of this, which runs a 14-17. These guys are your 16-19. So this is your big wheel version. Usually it has 85.2 written on it, but the new ones mustn't have it.
Yep.
Aluminium swing arm, tubular frame. This is a two-stroke.
Is it?
Yes, two-stroke as compared to your
Give more
four-stroke.
power.
More power, more maintenance as well.
Yeah.
You know, they're a race bike. If you want to race and you want to win, the tolerances are a lot thinner than a standard dirt bike, like a trail bike and so on. A lot noisier, a lot revier.
Yep.
Heaps of fun. When the kids get these guys, you can jump. I've seen kids doing 60 footers plus on these guys, jumping them and so on. We're starting to get a lot more out there. They're starting to see them out in the motocross. They're a lot cheaper than some of the other mainstream motocross bikes in this class.
Yep.
And believe me, the power, 33% power increase on the previous model, which is massive. Massive when you're talking, you know, a dirt bike. Just by change a few things with the setup of the motor and the piston and so on through there.
Yeah.
I won't get too deep into it. You don't hear me waffling on all day about it. Have a look at it, Google it, check it out, buy it, ride it, win some races and move on.
What's that little cylinder mark? That from the black.
There, that's the your suspension chamber. Basically does your preload adjustment and so on that, so you can adjust the rear suspension on that with the Unitrack rear. Yeah, it's also got it on your 140 over this side here.
Yep.
A lot of suspension. They all have it nowadays. Nice and thin. Flat tank seat configuration, so you can move up and down the bike.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really about it in a nutshell.
Yeah. They should be street legal.
Oh, yeah,
Good
that'd
fun.
be good. The kids, I was going to say the kids ride around there, but no. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you used to get away with it, but not anymore. So
more safety.
yeah, that's exactly. But hey, look, there's plenty of tracks. There's race. We got Cooler motocross track. 15 minutes up the road, half hour the other way. We got Kenilworth, Condale, Green Park. We were down there on the weekend. There's three within an hour easy, and there's about another 6 or 8 ride parks further out. So, but that's what you get up on the Sunshine Coast, mate.
Yeah,
That's what we
easy.
do.
Thanks for showing on, mate.
No worries at all.
See you next
We'll
time.
have a look at some more soon, and might do a 450 later on. So keep an eye out for the KX 450.
Thanks for that.
No worries.